Thank you so much, Madame Simard. And so now we will get into 6-minute question and answer rounds, or question comment, however you want to do them. And we will start with Mr. Cooper, followed by Mrs. Sahota, et puis Madame Normandin, suivi par Mr. Julian. 6 minutes à chacun.
Everyone has 6 minutes.
La parole.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Thank you to the witnesses for being here. Commissioner Simard, it's really simple. When did the Prime Minister's office contact you about Beijing's interference in the 2019 and 2021 elections so that investigations could be opened?
Alors, merci, Madame la Présidente, pour la question.
So thank you, Madam Chair, for that question. As I indicated in my opening remarks, the information surrounding the work that we're doing is protected by confidentiality, and so I can't provide you with that information.
Minister's office contact you, and on what date? Yes or no?
Alors, encore une fois.
Once again, Madam Chair, I have to give the same answer. Confidentiality requires.
Answer that. That's fine. So you said that there have been complaints that have been provided to Elections Canada. How many? And do they pertain to Beijing's interference in our elections? Yes or no?
Alors, d'abord, Madame la.
Well, first of all, Madam Chair, I would point out that the complaints come to my office, to the Office of the Commissioner, and not to the Chief Electoral Officer. So I will speak on behalf of my organization, the Office of the Commissioner of Canada Elections. So we did receive complaints. I won't repeat the information that I've already given. I have already provided the information on the number of complaints.
Alors, pour les situations.
4 situations. There were 158 complaints.
Complaints?
No.
No, 158 complaints concerning the 2019 election, dealing with 10 situations. For the 2021 election, 16 complaints regarding 13 situations.
How many complaints have been brought forward, or my question, if it wasn't clear, how many complaints have been brought forward since you last appeared here, and are they related to Beijing's election interference?
Parfait. Alors.
Thank you. So those files have been dealt with, but to respond to that question, we have received 2 complaints that are in the public domain, and I can confirm that today. But for confidentiality reasons, I can't go further with my answer. I provide as much information as I can for Canadians, and so I can tell you.
Mr. Perrault, did you say, so I seek clarification that I understood you correctly, that the information that is contained in the Globe and Mail report has not, that information, no one has shared contents of that report with Elections Canada?
That is correct. Any information that on the face of it may relate to a possible offense under the Canada Elections Act would normally flow directly to the Commissioner.
So we have, is what you're saying, okay, to the Commissioner, has that information, contents of the allegations contained in the Globe and Mail report been shared with Elections Canada, with your office?
Alors, si je comprends bien la question.
If I understand your question correctly, do I provide the information that I get with Elections Canada? If so, the answer is no. All the information that I receive is dealt with confidentially, and I act.
Look, journalists have found, they've reviewed CSIS documents that indicate that there was interference in the 2019 and 2021 elections. Why does Elections Canada not have that information? If journalists have that information, why don't you?
Est-ce que la question m'était.
Is the question to me?
Well, I think that is the question to be asked to the sources of the journalists, Madam Chair.
So are you saying to me that CSIS has not provided Elections Canada with any information about interference in the 2019 or 21 elections? You don't have any information?
We have been working with security agencies. We understand the security environment. There are known risks and known threats regarding foreign interference. This is not news, but in terms of specific elements, factual elements, they have not shared that with me. As
Have
I
you
said,
asked for it?
any matters that relates with compliance to rules in the Canada Elections
Has
Act.
Ms. Simard asked for it?
Alors, Madame la Présidente,
Madam Chair, to answer the question, we have agreements with CSIS that involve sharing of information and also assistance where required. The same kind of memorandum of understanding with the RCMP as well. Those are MOUs, and those involve information sharing. So once again, I would have to say that this is covered by confidentiality.
So, so you can't say. You won't say. Well, pardon? How much time? Here we go.
Excellent. Thank you for that exchange. Just a reminder that if there's two people speaking on the mic at the same time, the interpreters have to pick a language. And so there's many people, I'm sure, who are interested in this. So I would just be mindful of making sure one person is speaking at a time. Mrs. Sahota, up to 6 minutes for you.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Well, going off of what the previous interactions just now, I wanted to ask the Chief Electoral Officer and the Commissioner whether their testimony today, whether what they can say today, I guess, in their testimony would be any different than what they would be able to reveal at a public inquiry.
Madam Chair, as far as I'm concerned, for me, it's either one or the other is the same thing.
And the Commissioner?
alors pour moi, c'est la même chose.
Yes, I would say the same thing.
Okay.